All right, we are live, and Mark Merrell joins us again. And this ain't our typical show. This is a pregame of the Devils Penguin game, and that's tomorrow. And we're gonna go over the Devils trades to the Islanders, and we're also gonna go over this Rangers game. So, Mark, how did your Pittsburgh Penguins do today?
They played much better than the last two previous games. Allowing 16 goals in two games is not the best, but we scored 5 goals today, 4 goals the last game, and then 4 goals the game before that. So our offense is there. Just our defense needed to clean up their mistakes.
Can you tell me about how Tristan Jari looked today between the pipes?
He didn't do too bad. He allowed a late goal. Um, but he didn't look too bad. 917 save percentage, not bad. Um, late goal let up, but he looked good today. Much better than the previous games. When you allow 4 goals, I'm sorry, 16 goals in two games between DeSmith and Jar is not the best, but today was much better.
My mic was muted again. I didn't even realize that. But good thing he came back because we were talking about you guys acquiring a goaltender during a Monday show.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. Just doesn't seem like the way Juan Hextall wants to go.
Yeah, I think I saw an article today. He was like he's looking for like toughness or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. He's looking for more of a penalty killer type guy because Tanev is out week to week, and Bluger. I mean, Bluger's skating. He was supposed to play today, but he did not play today. He was scratched.
So, Redeem, how do you say the last name?
Radim Zohorna.
Redeem Sarhona. What did you think about his game today? He scored a goal.
Yeah, he scored a goal and had an assist. He has 4 points in 4 games as a Penguin or in his NHL career. He better stay in the lineup. I love his play. He's a 6'6", big body who has wheels. I mean, he blew past the Rangers defense today for a beautiful goal on Shesterkin. I really love his play. He's getting in the dirty areas. He had a beautiful assist on Rodriguez's power play goal. So Mike Sullivan has some faith in him if he's put him on the power play.
So Zach Ashton Reese added an assist. Jake Gensler added an assist, and the Rangers held Sidney Crosby off of the score sheet. So how important is that for the guys to step up when Crosby's not on the point sheet? I know he's still out there making plays, being a difference, but how important is it for other guys to put up points?
It's huge. When our fourth line has been one of the best in the league, I think, besides the Islanders' fourth line. But you got so Horner, Lafferty, and Gaudreau has been really huge. I like the way they play. Lafferty actually had a fight today against Brendan Smith, which was a little different from Lafferty. He doesn't really fight, but I'm happy. Listen, I'll trade a Sid no point night for a Panarin no point night any day.
And I'm looking at the stat sheet right now. Chris Letang added a goal. He added an assist. So how important is it for Chris Letang to get a hot hand heading into the playoffs, which is a month from today, I believe?
It's huge. We have our defenders have been scoring a lot. I think people will begin before the season on that Mike Matheson trade looked more like that the Panthers won it, but I think we won it. I mean, Colton Sevier hasn't been the best player, but he provides some depth, and Mike Matheson has been playing really well, and our defense has just been great offensively. I mean, Letang really after that first Islanders series we had, he really sparked. He's always top 10 in points throughout the season, so get when he gets on the score sheet, it usually means that we can win.
So I'm looking at the shifts section of the ESPN stat line. Marcus Peterson only played 18 shifts compared to CC, Dumoulin, Letang, Marino, and Matheson. So, do you think that Peterson will be on the move, as you mentioned on Monday?
Definitely, I think his cap hit is 4.5 million. So if we can move him and acquire and maybe like another low rated defenseman with that but not as much of a cap hit, that'd be huge. He's just a liability on the ice at this time. That's why his time isn't as much as the other defenders.
All right, so I'm looking at guys like Lafferty, McCann, Zucker. But I want to talk about McCann and what you think about his performance because you guys originally acquired Nick Bustad and then you moved him for McCann, I believe. So, what do you think about his performance since he became a Pittsburgh Penguin? And then we'll get on to Jason Zucker.
You know what? It's funny because I ridiculed McCann when he first got here. It was more Bukestad was the big guy. We moved him and kept McCann. And I really, I'm not a big McCann guy before this season, and he really, when he came back from injury, he's played really well, and I'm happy the way he's been playing these last couple of weeks.
And Jason Zucker, you guys acquired him last year, I believe, from the Wild, and then the pandemic hit. So, how important is it for him to be that bottom six forward, that depth guy going into the playoffs, especially when you go up against teams like the Islanders, maybe the Capitals?
It's huge. He was really good before the pandemic hit, and then we had a lot of time off. Then we play those exhibition games. He didn't look real good in the playoffs, and that was really upsetting because that's what we got him for, to be that
Yeah, and
depth
then
guy.
the pandemic hit, and I think you guys took I thought going in, you guys would have been the team to go on a good run, and then the pandemic hit, you had the layoff, and they just looked lost out there against the Montreal Canadiens, who lost to the Flyers. So, how important is it for you guys to go on a hot run? We've seen it in the past where the Penguins look good regular season. They had their ups and downs, but then they get into that stretch where they get hot and they beat those top teams. So, especially this year with not really the depth you guys had in the past with Kessel, Bonino, Haglin. So, how important is it for everyone to get into a good stride heading towards the playoff push?
I mean, it's huge. We need everybody to contribute. You can't just have like that's what Boston's problem is. You only have one line that scores. I think our whole team can score. I mean, our team's a Horner. We got Lafferty, Gaudreau. We have a lot of bottom guys that score, and I'm really we need to get some wins here. I would like the second seed if that's possible. Um, but home ice is huge. I'm not sure how they're doing it. If they're doing any bubbles, I don't think they are. But
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a bubble situation this year.
no, which is nice because our fans at PPG Paints we're always good at home. I think we're one of the top three home teams this year. So home ice is huge. So I would get on a winning streak, get that second seed. I'll be happy.
So if you look at teams on paper, you really wouldn't say that this Penguins team is 25, 13, and 2. You wouldn't really say that. I wouldn't say it. Um, so would you say it's more of the system that Mike Sullivan and his coaching staff has in place? Or would you just say we have Sidney Crosby, we have Jake Gensel, we have Evgeny Malkin, we have Chris Letang. They've been here before. They could give the energy. They could lean it on to the younger guys that haven't been here before. So what would you say it is?
I think the coaching has a lot to do with it. You got Todd Reardon is my favorite guy. I think he's a weak coach. The Capitals fired him last year. But Mike Vellucci, who's our assistant coach, has been really good in terms of getting the team. If we're struggling, we're getting the team handled and trying to finish out the game strong. But Mike Sullivan's probably one of the best coach in Penguins history.
Yeah, two
Biggest
cups.
yeah, first American born coach to win two cups. He's been really, I love Mike Sullivan. He gets on the guys. If you don't play well, he's sitting you. Early in the season, Kasperi captain was sad. I'm sorry, for about the whole second period, I believe, in the game, and that really sparked him after that. So things like that really help out players, I think, and help out the team morale.
All right, so let's go to the big trade that has happened. Kyle Palmieri, Travis Zajac is heading to the New York Islanders. The Islanders seem to be, well, Lou Lamoriello basically loves having his players on his team. So last year they get Andy Green. Free agency they get Corey Snyder, although he's on the taxi squad, I believe.
Yeah.
Then this year they get Kyle Palmieri. They get and basically one of my favorite players, Travis Zajac. How important is it for these veterans to be on this Islanders team?
I mean, for the Islanders, it's huge. They needed a big guy, so they got Zajac. They needed a scorer, so they got Palmieri. I think Lou and Lamoriello made a great move. A first round pick is always hard to give up, but I think they're gonna probably sign one of those guys. Probably Palmieri more than Zajac.
Yeah, I think Palmieri wants to stay local.
Yeah, I mean he's a New Jersey born guy, so he'd probably want to stay close, and he has all those charity things that he does. So, but that's huge for the Islanders. I mean, I think it's a great trade. I would love for the Penguins to make a trade like that, and for the Islanders to go out and do something which they haven't done in years. They've been such a bottom
Decades.
team. Yeah, they really they've been such a bottom team for years, and now the last 2 years they've been really doing. They got Pajot last year. They got Palmieri and Zajac. Maybe they're not done. Monday's trade deadline is very far away. Really,
So you think maybe the Penguins go after Taylor Hall now?
I hope so. I mean, they want a first round pick, which I think is outrageous. But
Yeah, for
you
his
know,
production.
for all his value too. I mean, I would do a first round pick for Hall and Curtis Lazar.
Yeah, I think Curtis Lazar would be a good fit for the Penguins. I truly do.
Yeah, he's a great penalty killer, and he gets in the dirty areas, which is what we need. When all these guys get hurt, who knows when Malkin is going to come back? But she did skate yesterday, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, Nico Heischer was skating too with a full shield though. So it looks like the Kings aren't trading Dustin Brown, as Max said, for a first round pick to the Islanders.
Don't think that's happening. I don't think that was ever going to happen.
It wasn't happening at all.
I'm looking right now. The Islanders did beat the Flyers in the shootout. So
What did Zajac and Palms do?
I do not know. I will check that for you. But they did not score. I know that. So I'll get that to you in a minute.
Yeah, I remember he was like, "Oh, they're gonna Lou's gonna overpay. He's gonna get a first round pick for Dustin Brown."
Yeah, Dustin, that's insane. Let's see, where is he? Palmieri had 2 shots on goal. 15 minutes on ice. Zajac had 1 shot on goal. Played 12 minutes, so not bad. Had 2 hits.
And he didn't even make sense at first. He was like, "Oh, he's washed up. He's done." They stripped him of his captaincy. But all that, he'll get a first rounder.
Yeah. Mac was insane for saying that. I don't agree with most of the things he said on last show.
Yeah, I
Uh,
don't either.
the Nugent Hopkins deal was outrageous, but
Yeah, like they're not gonna trade him in a playoff push. If
no,
they were if they were selling, then yeah, but I think they'll be
but
buying.
yeah, they'll definitely be buying. I think they need another offensive weapon, low grade, bottom six forward.
Yeah, I think they're gonna. Well, who plays with McDavid?
Believe
Drysdale.
no, Drysdale's on the second line. I don't know who plays. I think Pulvi.
You think Hall would be a good matchup to play with Connor?
Um, I don't know. Connor's a weird dude. Um, I think it's like Crosby. Anybody can play with him.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
I think maybe his Hall's ego may get in the way though of McDavid.
I don't know. I mean, you have Dustin Brown on that first line. That could be dangerous.
Yeah, maybe.
No, but in all seriousness, I mean, you could put anybody on that line and he would shine. I think he had 2 assists today.
Yeah, I think he's like in top five, the most points in 40 games. I saw a stat.
Yeah, yeah, all Penguins up there too. It was Lemieux,
Yeah, I
Yager, and
think
Juan
Lemieux had like
Francis.
120 something.
Yeah, 100. No, I don't know if it's that much. I'll check that. I think it's 105, maybe.
Yeah, let's see. They tweeted it today.
It was
NHL and NBC.
it was 104 points in 40 games.
Yeah, a lot of Penguins on here.
Yeah, only Penguins except McDavid.
Shit, you think we'll see that broken maybe like next year? But that's got to be hard.
I don't know. That's a different era, so I'm not going to compare. But
Yeah, if you think about it, that's completely different compared to today. The sport's changed for sure.
definitely,
Like who would have thought Ovi would be where he is today? Remember when he was like just start his 30s? He would like average. He wasn't going on like those like top scoring. He would like slow down a little bit, and everyone was saying, he's done."
yeah. I mean, that 65 goal season he had was probably the most he'll get, which is crazy to think about because I think he only had like 23 assists that season or something like that.
Yeah, let's take a look at Ovi's career. Because I was talking to James, he said that Ovi like changed his style of play. Like he went from being like
Yeah,
one of
definitely.
those.
He was definitely he definitely plays more defense now than he ever did in his career. He backchecks way more than he used to.
Right, yeah, right here. From 10-11 through 12-13, he would score like 32, 38, 32. And then he started getting back into the 50s.
Yeah, I mean, I think here's the thing with goal scorers: they don't play defense, and that hurts them in terms of assists and stuff. So when he started back checking, it was really started in the 2018 season when when they won the cup. He wanted it, and I think he continued that play. I mean, if you play defense, that defense turns into offense, and that offense turns Ovi shot 50 goals a season.
Do you think that's why Crosby's not up there in goals? Because he's more of like a all around player.
I mean, he's not a goal scorer; he's a playmaker. But that Dubinsky comment the other night really got me mad because he's comparing apple to oranges. You're comparing the greatest goal scorer of all time to a guy who passes the puck. I mean, I think Crosby has 900 assists in his career or something like that. So I mean, Ovechkin doesn't even have no near that.
All right, let's take a look. Crosby. Like, yeah, this year he has 15 goals, but he has 29 assists.
Yeah, in his career, I'm checking his career stats. 830 assists. I mean,
Yeah, that's 300 more than Ovi.
exactly. So they're just two different types of players. But Crosby scores crazy goals. I mean, he scores goals that nobody else can score. I mean, hits off Lundqvist's head into the net. He's just a smart hockey player, and that's why I love him. He's one of my favorite players. He's just so smart on the ice. He knows where everybody is.
I mean, he's got a lot of power play goals, 144.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot. That's probably I think he has 400 something goals or 300 something goals, but I
I
mean,
think I think he's 18 away from 500, 477.
yeah, he won't get to that this season,
Yeah, he'll probably get it next year.
but I mean, Ovi sits in that same spot every time he's on the power play, so it's
Yeah,
kind
he's
of
always at the right hand circle.
and it's
Nice.
easy. The Penguins usually play that very well. I mean, Ovechkin doesn't really score on the power play. It's usually Oshie, Kuznetsov, and Carlson.
Yeah, because I saw that Sunday at the Devil game. Capitals win the face-off, and then next thing you know, there's Ovi by the right-hand circle. Um, and then of course the Devils didn't play defense, so he got right in front of the net and got the rebound.
It's it's easy to defend Ovi. It's hard to defend everybody else.
All right, what else do we got? So tomorrow we are taking on you guys, Penguins versus the Devils. You
Yep.
guys, you guys struggle against us a lot,
Mhm.
but this is going to be different. We don't have Travis Zajac. We don't have Kyle Palmieri. Although we did beat Buffalo tonight, 6-3, but it's Buffalo.
Yeah.
What do you think the three keys are heading into tomorrow's game for the Penguins and the Devils?
Three keys, easy penalty kill against the Devils. They don't have that Zajac line, so I would say Crosby against everybody else is another key. I mean, that Zajac line would stop Crosby all the time, but they don't have it anymore. So I'm not sure what that line comprises of now.
I think it's Boquist.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, Boquist is on the second line. Actually, let me see because Amanda Stein tweeted it today. So let's see what these new lines are.
But yeah, I would say the penalty kill, Crosby, and I would say the depth in terms of, you know, we're getting scoring from everybody. So if we could do that against the Devils, that'd be huge because they get a lot of depth scoring as well. You know, you have Kokanen and who's the other? Sharon Govich.
All right, so these are our lines. Gonna be a few long years. Kokanen, Hughes, Sharangovich,
Which I
Wood,
think is a really good first line.
Zaka, Bratt, Maltsev, McLeod, Thompson, Janssen, Boquist, and Merkley.
Hmm.
Interesting. And I assume Blackwood will be between the pipes. Well, looking at the Devils roster, I do believe we'll be selling on Monday. I'm not sure who's going to be on the move. Maybe Miles Wood, Dmitry Kulikov, Ryan Murray, Sammy Vatanen. Would you guys go after someone like Dmitry Kulikov, a veteran on defense?
I would love to have Vatanen in place of Pedersen's spot. But I would also like Miles Wood maybe on the third or fourth line. Miles Wood is a big body, but he's also has some speed on him. So I
Yeah, he
wouldn't mind the
does.
Penguins getting him. I don't think we're gonna get Kulikov. We don't really need a defender like that. We need a defender that can move, and Fontaine is that option. But I don't think we're gonna pick anybody from the Devils. We would probably get somebody from the Sabres or someone on the West Coast.
What do you think about the play of Cody Ceci so far?
Oh, great player. Cody Ceci has been one of the bright spots in the Penguins defensive lineup. Um, he's very smart. You know, he's not the best of player on the ice, but he knows where everybody is, how to get the puck out. Doesn't make any too many dumb mistakes.
Yeah, I was watching him against the Devils when I was there a few weeks ago. He was moving the puck well, and I'm surprised as a defenseman the way he was able to move the puck. And I think he scored. I
Yeah,
think
it
yeah.
was
Did he
a
score against the
problem.
Devils that game?
It's good against the Rangers. I don't know if it's good against the Devils.
Because I
Can't
think it was.
remember.
Is he on the power play?
He's in the second power play. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the power play. I think the Devils dumped the puck, and then he got the puck, waited behind the goal. Then he passed the red line. He passed the blue line, and I think he found someone because I think they scored.
Yeah, I mean he's a great puck moving defender, and it was funny because we only put him in the lineup because of injuries, but he stayed in because he's been playing well.
Yeah, I'm surprised he came from. Was he a free agent or was there a trade with Toronto?
He's a free agent. We signed him as a depth guy.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be interesting on Monday for sure.
It's going to be a good game, I think. We don't play well against the Devils, um, but they don't have Zajac or Palmieri, so we'll see what happens. All the young guys are going to get a shot, and they're playing for a roster spot. So
Yeah, they basically are. That's basic. The rest of the season's basically a test for us. So, what do you guys have to do to beat a goaltender like Mackenzie Blackwood?
shots on net. That's all that you got to do. Mackenzie Blackwood gets frazzled if the Penguins get a second or third opportunity. It's kind of hard without a defense to help them. Um, I just think we need to get shots on net and crash the net.
I need glasses. All right, let's see. 'Cause I can't see the last game we played. All right, so we play tomorrow and we play on Sunday. Since you guys do struggle against us, how important is it to get these wins with this playoff pitcher?
Oh, huge! I mean, we're 12. excluding the Devils, we're at 12-4 against the New York teams this year. So I think, or it might be like 12-2 or something like that. But it's huge to get wins against these bottom teams. We do so well against the New York teams. It's just we got to beat Jersey. That bottom team, bad record. We got to beat them. It's just a must-win game with Washington and New York 4 points up on us or 2 points up on us.
Because it's gonna get tight now with the Islanders. I think they're currently in first place.
Yeah, they have 56 points. They just won today, and the Capitals lost. So
So you guys would be playing the Capitals.
yeah, I think we have two more games against the Capitals this season. So
All right. So the last time we played you was March 21st. It was in Pittsburgh. We won 2-1, and it seems like the Devils do better on the road than we do at home, which is honestly embarrassing. I think we have like 6 home wins compared to 8 road wins, so it's like a waste of time. I mean, I love going to the games, but I don't want to see a loss every time I go. Before the game, I think it was before the Ranger game, I saw like 18 out of 19 losses.
yeah, that's
Like,
crazy. We actually play worse on the road, but um, we the way we played tonight is the way we gotta play tomorrow. Casey DeSmith will get the start. I'm assuming. He's been excellent this season, despite that. Besides the last two games he played, but the Devils played today, so I'm assuming Wedgwood would probably be in that tomorrow, right?
no, I think Blackwood would because Dell started.
Oh, Dell started. I just forgot about it. Yeah, Aaron Dell started, so I'll probably be Blackwood in there.
So this is an interesting question because there are teams. Well, you can look at the Penguins; they always do well against the Flyers. They do decent against the Capitals, but they always struggle against the New Jersey Devils. Why is that?
Um, that's a good question. I would probably have to say uh, they just won it more in the games. 5 times Stanley Cup champion, 3 times in the 2000s. Just the team that you want to play against. The Crosby get your blood pumping. And they're not friendly either. But like I said, the move of Zajac probably helps out the Penguins because he plays so good against Zajac plays so good against the Penguins. So
And the
it's
penalty
just
kill too against Pittsburgh.
yeah. I mean, Jack Hughes has been killing us this season, and he's having a great year despite what Andrew says. Um,
Yeah, I still can't believe that. Well, Andrew said a few like crazy things on Monday.
yeah, but what's his fit? Jack Hughes plays awesome against the Penguins, and you know, um, power play and penalty go special teams. It's what's gonna win a game. What's gonna win you games. So
Yeah, and I think if you look at our power play, not really our power play, but our special teams against the Penguins, and I've noticed it. The Penguins seem to struggle against our penalty kill, but of course that's when you have Travis Zajac. That's a whole different ball game now. So how important is it for the Penguins to capitalize on the Devils' mistakes? Because it seems like the Devils do make a lot of mistakes against Pittsburgh, but the Penguins can't capitalize.
well, if you saw tonight's game, which obviously you did, but we capitalized on the Rangers' mistakes. They made a lot of dumb mistakes, turnovers, taking dumb penalties, which led to Penguin goals. Our power play was great tonight. Rodriguez scored a power play goal from Radim Zohorna. It's like those depth guys that score. If you get the puck moving on the power play, you're going to score. But if you're stagnant, which what the Devils make us do, we can't even get in the zone when the Devils PK is on the ice. So without Zajac, I think that's a huge big body loss for the Devils. Good move for Tom Fitzgerald, former Penguin representative, but um, we'll see what happens tomorrow. I think we played good in front of the Smith, so
All right, so we'll conclude with this because this ain't the typical Monday show. This is just basically a pregame post game show. What do you have to see tomorrow and Sunday before the trade deadline? Do you want to see a good offensive game, or do you want to see a good defensive game and be like, hey, you know what? The offense is there, but we will be dangerous if we get someone like a Taylor Hall. The defense is good, but you know what? We need to upgrade the third defensive pairing. So, what do you want to see as a Penguins fan to have that confidence going into the playoffs?
I would love Taylor Hall, but our offense is there. We scored 12 goals the last 3 games. Our offense is there. I would love to see our defense get better. Get rid of Pedersen and that god awful contract.
And finally, what will make or break the Pittsburgh Penguins' quest for another Stanley Cup?
That's a toughie. We need resiliency, which we have this season. You know, do we need an extra guy? No. But teams like the Islanders and the Capitals, oh jeez.
All right, so
Um,
let's go with Ryan Getzlaff. Do you want him, or you think he'll be one of those players like we could look at Eric Stahl, where he went to the Rangers and he basically struggled? So would that be more of a risk, or do you think?
he would be a fourth line guy if we were to get him. I have heard talks about us scouting the Ducks. Not sure if it's for Getzlaff or somebody else, but I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Ryan Getzlaff for the Penguins uni. Um, However, I just don't think he fits the team. In terms of he'll be a fourth line guy. It's just a waste of it's just a waste of money at that point.
Yeah, I think it would be a risk because you don't want that distraction. I ain't shaving this beard,
Even if Dustin Brown
regardless.
gets traded,
No, why should I?
what about if the Devils make the cup?
Yeah, then I'll shave it, and then we can do a playoff beard.
Mm.
If Dustin Brown gets traded, you shave your beard. Nah, I can't do that.
Why
I'll
not?
I'll shave up the sides, but the goatee has to stay.
That's what I did the other day, but I did clean shaven.
All right, Andrew, what else you got for us? Mac,
What a guy!
what a guy.
Very interesting individual.
Oh, we have a question here. Let me get to it. How's Mel?
Oh jeez,
That's funny. He
that
gets
is
so
funny.
mad when you bring her up.
Understandable.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I'm a good guy. You are. You get
I
all the
like Mac,
autos. Yeah, he's a good kid.
but I would say that Mac, in order for him to make those acquisitions, just got to be Mac.
Hey, you just gotta be Mac.
Get those autographs.
He don't like her. All right, Mark. Any final thoughts?
I would just say let's have a good game tomorrow. Good luck to the Devils, but this is a must win for the Penguins in terms of playoff position.
Would you rather face the Capitals since you guys know them, but
Yes.
it's a different roster, obviously, or you think you would want that test of the Islanders?
No, I want the. I would. It doesn't matter. So I actually had this talk with my friend Tristan. Um, I would rather have not home ice against the Capitals and have home ice against the Islanders. It's just we play much better in Washington than we do at the Island. So it's kind of different. It's kind of different depending on what spot we're in.
Boston, I don't think Boston's gonna make that top four if you think about their
They have 3 games
chances.
in hand, so I don't know, but
Yeah, but when you don't have solid four lines, it's kind of
It's hard. It's you can't have Craig Smith scoring every night.
So I was watching NHL Network. A lot of people think Jake DeBrusk would be on the move. You think he would be a solid fourth liner or a third liner for the Penguins, or
I don't see us getting DeBrusque. Not at all. I don't even see them moving him unless it's for um, top guy, which he's not even worth. So
my comments hella delayed? No, I just choose what I want to talk about. They ain't delayed.
I see them.
Yeah, I see them too, but I choose what we want to talk about.
That's right. You are the host, Dougie.
I am the host. All right, Mark, it's always a pleasure. I'll see you on Monday with Mark Weiss of Mad Radio. I'll see you
Yes.
then, buddy.
Let's go Pens.
Let's go Devils. Although
See you
you
Monday.
you probably will win.
Hopefully, I'll see you Monday, Doug.
All right, see you Monday, buddy. All right, that was Mark Merrell of the Doug Saravo Show, basically. But I just want to get quick into today's Mets game and the Rays because I said I was going to do this today at 12, but I figured I'd do it now. The one thing about both teams is for the Rays, their pitching, you can see their pitching staff isn't what it used to be when you had Blake Snell, Charlie Morton. That is still, it's right now it's inconsistent. We're 2-4. We struggled mightily against the Red Sox. So I just don't see improvement right away, but I still think they could learn and, do what they do best, whether it's mini openers, whatever it may be. We still have to see a lot from Chris Archer, Ryan Yarbrough. Tyler Glass now is great, so I'm not worried about him. But I am worried about our bullpen moving forward. The same thing could be said about the Mets. Their bullpen is iffy. They look good against the Marlins today, so a lot of teams are going to have to improve. But I just wanted to give that in today since I didn't get a chance to go live at 12 o'clock this afternoon. But that's basically how I feel. Bullpens have been inconsistent. Ray's starting pitching needs to improve. I like the Mets offense. That's something you can't worry about. They're going to be great. Alonso Conforto. My main concern for both teams is the pitching. I don't worry about the Rays offense. You could look at Lau, Meadows, Rosarena, Zanino. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about their pitching in the long run. And same thing goes for the Mets. I'm not worried about their starting rotation. DeGrom is great. Although Luis Rojas made a clown decision taking him out. It's not September, it's not August where you need that rest going into October. And the same thing can be said about the Mets bullpen. Familia still struggled against Philly. You need consistent pitching, whether it's the pitching staff or it's the bullpen. And, we'll have more to get to in the future. Still early. And we have a comment from James. Eichel to the Pens, book it. We'll see if he's correct. But on Monday we'll have a brand new segment talking about the trade deadline, talking about the second half of the NHL season. We're going to have Mark Merrill. We're going to have Mark Weiss of Mad Radio, so it's going to be a good show. Dougie, it's time to go.